Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be an all drugstore makeup tutorial. It's going to end up like this. So if you guys want to see how I get this look, make sure you keep on watching and let's get started. Alright, so I'm going to start by pulling my hair back. I just can't ever seem to do my makeup with it in my face. It just gets all over the place. And I'm going to start by moisturizing my face. I'm using the Teddy Organics Rosehip Oil. And I'm just going to do a couple drops of this on my face. This actually doesn't make your skin oily at all. Like, I was really scared to try it at first because I have like combination skin, so my face gets oily through like the T-zone, but this actually is super nice on the skin. Alright, one of my favorite things to do before I start doing my makeup is spraying my face with the Mario Badescu Skincare Facial Spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. It looks like this. You can get this at a drugstore. It's like $7, I think, and it just really hydrates the skin. So I just spray some of that on and let it dry for a minute. Alright, once that's all pushed and set into the skin, I'm going to prime my face. This is the NYX Angel Veil Primer. I think it's a great dupe for one of my all-time favorite high-end primers, the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. This works just as good and it's like a fraction of the cost. I'm going to put a little bit of in my hand and then just put it all over my face and start rubbing it in. I feel like this is good for all skin types as well. Alright, now I'm going to use two different foundations just because I don't have a drugstore foundation in my shade right now. I'm going to start by putting on the No. 7 Airbrush Away foundation. This is in the shade Cool Ivory. It's a little too light for me, so I'm gonna put a couple drops of this all over my face. And then I'm going to mix it with the Fit Me Matte and Poreless in the shade 238 Rich Tan. I'm just going to dump some of this on the back of my hand. And start to dot this on my face as well. These two mixed together is pretty much my shade. One's too dark, one's too light, but when they're mixed together, it seems to work out just fine. I'm gonna take my damp Real Techniques Beauty Sponge and just press that into the skin. Alright, for concealer, I'm going in with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Light. I'm going to put this under the eyes. on the chin, Cupid's bow, center of the nose, and the forehead. And taking the same sponge, I'm just gonna blend that in as well. Bringing it up onto my eyelids as well, because I'm going to be using that as my eyeshadow primer. Now to set under the eyes, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette in the shade 749A Dulce de Leche. Probably saying that wrong. I'm going to take the lighter shade. Mine broke, so half of it is gone, but I still just dip into it with my sponge. I'm just gonna get a little bit on my sponge and start to press that underneath the eye. Also going to press it onto my eyelid to make sure there's no creasing. To set the rest of my face, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade Light. And I'm just going to take some of this onto a fluffy brush like this, only a little bit, and start pressing it into the skin. Alright, I'm going to finish the rest of my face later. So we're going to move on to the brows. For the brows, I'm using the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Kit. And it looks like this. It has a waxy pomade at the top, a light brown, and then a darker brown. And I'm going to go in with this Duo Eyeliner Brush by Studio M. And I'm going to use this flat side right here. I'm going to start by going into the lighter shade in the middle of the palette and draw on the lower part of my eyebrow. I'm just following the natural shape of my brow, kind of just filling in any sparse areas. Now I'm going to go into the darker shade for the tail portion. And then back into the lighter shade for the front half. And up here, I kind of like to very, very lightly sweep the product on. All right, so that's how it turns out. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other brow off camera, and I'll be right back. All right, so brows are done, and now I'm gonna start on the eyes. So I'm gonna be using two different Drugstore eyeshadow palettes. The first one I'm gonna be using is Drugstore. I think you can get this at Target. I just got mine at Ulta, but it's on the Drugstore side. It's BH Cosmetics. This is the Carly by Belle palette, the deluxe edition. Oops. Looks something like this. And I'm gonna be using that along with another palette, but we'll get that in a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna start by blending this light cream shade right here at the bottom all over my lid, just to kind of set the primer one more time. I'm just gonna lightly dust it all over the lid. All right, using the same brush, I'm gonna go in with this top shade right here. It's like an orangey brown shade, and I'm just gonna blend that into my crease as the transition shade. Okay, now with this shade right here, I'm going to go into the crease again just to give it some more depth. Okay. Going back into the crease with this shade right here, but keeping it lower to add more definition into the crease. Now I'm just going to blend using a clean blending brush. All right, now I'm going into the shade right next to the last one we just used, this dark sparkly shade. I'm gonna put that on the outer corner. All right, I'm going in with a super small defined pencil brush. Just going to be grabbing this darker shade right here and putting it on the outer corner really, really lightly. And then taking that same blending brush from before and just blending everything out. Now going in with the next palette. This is the e.l.f. Prism eyeshadow palette in the style Naked. They have a couple different Prism palettes. Looks like this. It's all super pretty shimmery shades. I think they're perfect for the lid. And I'm going to be using my finger for this, and I'm going to be going in with the 4th shade in right here. And I'm just going to put that all over my lid. And now I'm just gonna blend. Then I'm gonna take the white shade in the palette, this one right here, and I'm going to put that on the inner corners and the brow bone. All right, going back into the Carly by Belle palette, I'm gonna work on the lower lash line. I'm gonna be taking that same pencil brush I used earlier and mixing together these two colors that I had used and putting them on the lower lash line. Okay, now for eyeliner, I'm just going to be doing a small little line. I'm going in with the NYC High Definition Liquid Eyeliner. It's a felt tip like this. And I'm just going to go ahead and line my eyes. Alright, for mascara, I will be using the Voluminous Lash Paradise. Looks like this by L'Oreal. Alright, you could leave the look like this, but I'm going to add a pair of false lashes off camera, so I will be right back. Alright, now I'm back with some lashes, so now we're going to finish the rest of the face. I'm going to start bronzing up the skin with a Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I'm just going to use a big fluffy brush like this. To contour, I'm going back in with the palette I used earlier to set my under eyes, the Wet n Wild contouring palette. Now I'm going to go in with the darker shade and contour my cheekbones a little bit with a brush that looks like this. For blush, I'm going in with this e.l.f. blush palette in the shade Light. Looks like this. And I'm going to be mixing together this orangey shade and this pink shade, both of those. For highlight, I'm going back into the Carly by Belle palette, and I'm going to be mixing together this pink shade and this pink shade, both of those. To line my lips, I'm using the Catrice Long Lasting Lip Pencil in the shade 100 Upper Brown Side. Looks like this. And then on top of that, I'm going to be using the NYX Professional Makeup Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Sao Paulo. And then I'm going to set my face with the NYX Matte Finish long-lasting setting spray. Alright guys, this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you did, and please subscribe to my channel. I will be doing a giveaway once I reach 200 followers on my Instagram, so make sure you check that out. I'll have it linked down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.